Hi my lovely people, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, please take a second to subscribe to my channel. Ring that notification bell right next to it for all notifications so you will never miss any of my videos. I make a lot of fragrance, makeup, beauty, lifestyle, fashion content on my channel, and if any of those interest you, please take a second to subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell, because subscribing is no longer enough. YouTube doesn't send you notifications. They don't let you know unless you click that notification bell for all notifications, not just some. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I share everything fabulous that I do, I buy, my life updates, everything channel related. In this video, I'm going to share with you the top 3 products in every category of makeup. I've seen a lot of beauty content creators do this type of video, and I wanted to do my version of it because I have used makeup since I was a little girl, you guys, and nobody buys as much makeup, actually buys as much makeup as I do. I'm serious. I have talked to so many people. Nobody that I know buys as much makeup as I do, and nobody puts in the type of research into makeup that I put in, and I think not very many people have tested as much products as I have with my own money. And I really know what the best products are because it's my own money. You know, I don't want to waste any money on any products that are no good. I have bought from affordable to very luxury makeup, and I know exactly what works. So if you guys want to see what my top 3 products in every makeup category, just stay tuned. So I have 3 products. This was hard, you guys. It was hard because I'm a makeup lover, I'm a fragrance lover, and it's an addiction to that point really, but I really put in my research into these products, and I have narrowed down to the top 3 products in every category that are the best. So let me start with primer, because that's how we start applying makeup. So I'm really going to start with, you know, like the first step and then kind of work my way up to the last step. So I'm not going to count skincare. I do skincare before I do, you know, primer. This is a makeup video, so I'm going to skip that part. So my favorite primer of all time is right here. This is Tatcha Silk Canvas Liquid Primer. And before this, my favorite was this one. The same thing in the kind of cream version. They're both very, very good, but I prefer this one. It's just glides on nicer, and I feel like it's easier to use and all that, and you don't have to put your finger in, you know, with the germs. It's a more, I guess, hygienic version of the first release. So this one, the only problem I have with this is every time, I don't know, this part comes off. I'm not sure why. Probably because I drop my stuff all the time. But anyway, this is a primer that is not a, it's not a silicone primer, but it kind of behaves like a silicone primer. Very, very nice, like with pore filling. It kind of blurs my skin. And the plus, you know, and the additional benefit is that this is by the brand Tatcha, and they are very much into skincare, and they put ingredients that are good for your skin. I almost feel like this acts like a barrier between my makeup and skin, which is what I want from a primer more than anything. Makeup glides on top of this really well, so can't beat it. I already talked about, so this is number 2. This is the balm version, and as you guys can see, you know, it's gone. I like this one too. They're both really, really good. The only difference is I think the liquid one is more hygienic. And my third one is right here. This is the Tarte Pore Filling Primer. It has a longer name. I will link all these products down in the description box. As you can see, it's very well loved. It's kind of like a putty, I don't know if that's the right way to put it. It's just like this, It's definitely a silicone based one. I get that feeling. What is the main ingredient in a silicone? I can't think of it right now. I usually remember, but that's in here. It's not bad for your skin because it doesn't get absorbed into the skin. It doesn't clog your pores or anything like that. It just helps kind of blur your pores if you have any large pores, you know, in this T-zone. This is a good one. Love it. So one of my favorite foundations of all time is right here. This is NARS Soft Matte Foundation. This one is the matte version. They also have a glowy version, which is also good. But I like this because it's not super matte. It's still a very good kind of like, it doesn't dry out the skin is what I'm trying to say. This is actually my summer shade. I can't find my actual current shade. It was up there somewhere. This is my summer shade. As you can see, it's a little darker. Yeah, I get about that dark during the summertime. It is a really good canvas. Let's just say it hides every imperfection, gives you like a beautiful blank canvas, stays on really well. It doesn't like melt and run down your face even in the heat, although I tend to not wear this too much in the summertime. When I do wear it in the summertime, I wear it at nighttime. I don't wear it in the heat, but I have done it and it's not, it doesn't slide down your skin, you know. Really good foundation, love it. This one is one of my favorite for summertime, for like hot summer days. This is Dior Air Flash Foundation. This one, you guys, is an aerosol foundation, as you know. So what you do is you spray it like this and you take like a makeup sponge, you know, damp makeup sponge or a brush, and you blend it out like any other foundation. Don't try to like spray paint yourself with it. That's not how it works. So yeah, this is very light. It's like silky light. It just, you can't even tell you're wearing foundation, and it really does a very good job of covering all if any imperfection, covering everything. Now, the third one that I absolutely adore is this one right here by Makiage. Makiage has this technology in here. I'm not going to get into it too much. I have a lot more information on all these products, you guys. This video is going to be a mile long if I get into all that. Let's just say they have a really nice technology where they match your skin tone perfectly. This is like my exact skin tone, and it's like a second skin, and it looks so kind of satin type of finish. So good. Let me put some on my hand over here on this part of it. It is such a good foundation. So this is what it looks like. I don't know if you guys can see. So do you see how well, I mean, how it looks? It just covers everything and it looks like a second skin. Oh, I wanted to quickly mention, those are my 3 choices for foundations for myself. Those are my top 3. But I know you guys have asked me, some of you have asked me, what is my recommendation for a light coverage foundation that's really good? This is like my recommendation here. This is a medium coverage. You can build it up to full if you want to. This is Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Foundation. This one is really good. I've done a full review on it. I'll link it up here and down in the description box. I'm not going to stay here very long because I've done a full review of it. Check that one out. And if you want like a completely like no foundation type of like skin tint, I would recommend the Ilia skin tint. So that's just for those of you who ask me that question. Now, concealer. I have 3 concealers here that I love them. I have done so much research into concealers. I have used 1,000 of them. I'm not even kidding. It's not even funny how many I've used. And these are my ride or die. This one, first one is Pat McGrath concealer. This has like a long fancy name. I don't remember it right now, to be honest. I'll again link everything down in the description box. I mean, look at this concealer, you guys. It is like a really beautiful creamy concealer. However, it's not cakey somehow. It's totally full coverage, but it's somehow not cakey at all. It doesn't crease. It doesn't settle into lines, fine lines under your eyes or anything like it. It's so good. Absolutely love it. Blends out like a dream. And my next one I absolutely adore is this one This is the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Concealer. Again, the full long names I'll link down in the description box. And this one is also, so this one right here, it's also a really good concealer. It has like medium to full, you can build it up, but it's more of a light coverage, you know, of concealer. Again, no settling into fine lines, sits like a silk cloth, you know, beautifully, blends everything out, like gives you like nice, and hides dark circles and all that stuff too. All of these, all three of them. Because I need one that hides dark circles because I don't sleep ever. And then I have a third one here. This is Tom Ford. I forget the full name, like I think Shade and Illuminate Concealer. This one, the only thing I don't like is the clunky packaging, but it's very luxurious, of course, like any other Tom Ford thing is. So that's that one right there. I just swatched it right here. This is also kind of like Pat McGrath one. It's very creamy, very high coverage, but doesn't settle into lines. It doesn't cake on, doesn't get cakey or anything. It's very light and it hides everything. Great for dark circles. So those are my ride or die top 3 concealers. Then I have to talk about under eye color correctors, because if any of you like me have issues with dark circles, then you're gonna need these. So I wanted to add this category. I've seen other people do this video and not everybody does every category, you know. I wanted to cover all the bases. So these are my top 3 color correctors. I gotta say my ride or die number 1 is this one here by Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Magic Eraser, something magic color corrector. I have it in the shade medium. Number 2, as you can see, it is well loved, you know. And this one, you guys, is a salmon color, which helps correct like black or blue dark circles. Covers everything. So I like to wear this underneath my foundation. I put this on after my primer, and then I put my foundation on, and then I do my concealer. Sometimes I actually do both the color corrector and concealer on top of my foundation too. It depends on the day. And the next one is by Becca. I know Becca's gone out of business, so I don't even know if you guys can find this anywhere. Some places still sell this, so I'm still going to talk about it because it is one of my favorite ones. This one is the Becca Under Eye Color Corrector. This is also in salmon. This also comes in 4 shades, just like the Charlotte Tilbury. It comes in like a papaya, like a really dark red, and then like a lighter color, and then this and another color, I think. So this is like the salmon version. This is also really, really good. It is a little bit more emollient than the Charlotte Tilbury one, but it's still very, very good. It's not my number 1, but it's my next favorite. And another one that really works is by Tarte right here. This one is called the Tarte Under Eye Corrector. I have it in the light medium shade, and it's again like a salmon color. My dark circles aren't like super black or anything, so I don't need the red versions of any of these, so salmon is enough for me. So this is also same kind of creamy but not sticky, not cakey consistency as the Becca one, and it does the job. It gets the job done. Those are my top 3 color correctors. So my top 3 cream contour products are here. I have used like a million cream contours, and these are now my top 3 cream contours. So the first one that I love the most, I don't know why, it took me a long time. I bought this and it sat in my drawer because I have too much makeup, you guys. Until recently I had an issue with the Fenty Matchstick contour stick. I love that thing, but I think it breaks me out. I think there's like coconut oil or something, saturated oil in there, that is not good for like acne prone skin. So when I suspected it was breaking me out, I found this in my drawer and I started using it. So this is by Westman Atelier, and this is an amazing contour stick. I have it in the shade Truffle, I think, and it's perfect for my skin tone. Let me show you. It glides on, and it's like that perfect, not warm but not too ashy cool, but perfect cool toned contour, because you want your contour to be cool toned, because that's the only way you can actually create shading, right? So that you don't want it to be like a bronzer. You want it to be cool tone. And look at how amazingly it blends. I just absolutely love this thing. It works so well. Like, you know, all you have to do is just stripe, blend, 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 and that's like the contour I'm wearing today. This is really, really, really good. I absolutely love it. It takes like 2-3 seconds to put the contour on with this one. Fenty Matchstick used to be one of my favorites until it started breaking me out. Because I have suspicions that it might be breaking me out, I replaced it with this one. This is the Charlotte Tilbury's latest contour cream bronzer actually, but I use this as a contour bronzer to thing, because it's not too warm, as you can see. It's almost kind of like in the middle. I did a full review of this just recently, my last Tuesday video, I believe. I'll link it up here and down in the description box. So I'm not gonna stay here very long. Let me just show you. It's kind of like a putty, kind of creamy texture. It has like a bit of a moussiness about it too. So again, it blends so well, and it's kind of like a not too emollient, perfect, like in between, not too dry kind of formula. It's hard to describe. I gave a better, more full review of this in my video. I think it was in my go-to summer look makeup tutorial. I did a mini review of this in it as well. So that's my second favorite. And my third favorite is this right here. It's actually two different versions, as you guys can see. I don't know how many of you remember the Chanel Soleil Tendé Chanel. This one is what used to be like the most popular, and it was perfect. This is a perfect bronzer situation. I love the texture of this bronzer, you guys, but you know what the problem is? The shade is slightly too light for me. I can only wear it when I go the lightest in like the dead of winter. Then I can use it, but most of the time I can't use it. I'll show you what I'm using instead. So, I mean, it does contour me, but not like dark enough. So they released, I think enough people were grumbling about it, and Chanel finally released a darker shade. I believe they came up with 3 colors, light, medium, dark. This one is Le Beige by Chanel. It's not the same thing as the Soleil Tan Chanel. It's different. This is a different formula. It's unfortunate because this formula is not as good as the other one. Why can't I get this to open? Here it is. As you can see, this one's darker. However, you can tell that this one's a lot lighter. The problem with this one is that it's too emollient. See how this one is a little bit of a in between, not too emollient, not too dry, kind of perfect texture or, you know, consistency, whereas this one is a little too emollient. But it is my, I guess, consolation price to get the shade I want. It's still a very good bronzer. As you can see, it blends well. But some people who love Soleil Tendé Chanel hate the new one. But I like both of them. I kind of have to, because I can only get my shade in the new version, which I wish wasn't the case. I wish they would just introduce this in 3 colors. I don't understand why brands do weird stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, so these two are my third favorite. I wear this one in the dead of winter when my skin's light enough, and I use the other one all the other times of the year. So now for the powder bronzers, my favorite go-to one is right here, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Bronzer. As you can see, it's loved. Again, I love the fact that this bronzer sits kind of in the middle. It's not too yellow, it's not too orange, it's not too red. It's like perfect kind of tone. And it comes in 4 shades, so you can definitely find your shade. Although I think they need one more super dark one, in my opinion. But anyway, Love this bronzer. It's very airbrush, like it's true. The name is true. Just like the Airbrush Flawless powder, Charlotte Tilbury setting powder, this is also very blurring and airbrushed kind of look, and it just goes on so well and blends into the makeup so well. Adore it. My second favorite is this one, oldie but a goodie. Look at that, like tortoise shell component. Absolutely classy. This one is Estee Lauder Terracotta Bronzer. Again, this, as you can see, I like this kind of shade where it's like not too red, not too orange, not too yellow, you know, it's like that perfect undertone, right? And it comes in several shades, which is nice. Again, it's like not too powdery. It's like very like, it's perfect. It's not too powdery. It's like very light. It's very finely milled, and it blends into the skin so well. Love it. And the third bronzer that I absolutely adore is by Tom Ford. This one is Tom Ford Glow Bronzer. This one is, you know, you guys know this one. Absolutely love his packaging. This one is a little bit more golden than the other bronzers that I just talked about. I love the little tiny specks of glow in there that just makes your skin look really warm and glistening in the sun in a way, you know. Love it. Let me kind of do like a little finger swatch here so you can see what color it is on my fingertip. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So yeah, love this one as well. Very good bronzer. So as far as setting powders go, my all-time favorite one is right here. This is Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless, oh gosh, powder. Well, guess what? I have hit pan on it, and it just, the edges just broke off. This is not the usual state of this. This is like the silkiest, most, you know, non-powder but powder kind of airbrush looking setting powder ever. Sorry about the state of it. Obviously it's well loved, and now just when you are completely done with it, like just the bit that's left over on the edges kind of fall apart. Absolutely love it. It's very much an airbrush look. It doesn't feel like a powder. It doesn't feel heavy. Speaking of not feeling heavy, it's called Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder No Powder. It really is exactly that. It's a powder, but it feels like it's not a powder. You know, like, I don't know how to even describe it. It like doesn't feel like a powder, but it goes on and sets the face like a powder, but it doesn't feel like it. Absolutely love it. I love the Dior Backstage line, you guys. It's excellent. Next favorite setting powder is this one by Gucci. I mean, you gotta give it just for the packaging. Look at this gorgeous, like vintage, beautiful, like packaging that you can just display on your vanity, you guys. I gotta give it to Gucci for coming up with the best packaging. I love their makeup packaging. So this one is a great powder as well. It's also very finely milled. Doesn't feel like a heavy thick powder. It really does a good job of setting the face. So those are my ride or die powders. So my ride or die highlighters are right here. So my all-time favorite highlighters is actually in a palette. So it's the highlighter in this Natasha Denona Glow Face palette. This highlighter right here, you guys, oh my gosh, this one, it has some kind of Japanese technology that makes it kind of like have that beaming look, but it doesn't look like, what can I say, like it looks very shiny, but it doesn't emphasize texture on the face. So smooth. I adore it. And of course I have both palettes, and this one has a highlighter that's a little bit darker than the light palette over here. Here's the dark palette. Again, same highlighter. Love it. And then my next is these, of course. I have one other. I think I have 4 palettes. I forget. Maybe 3. I forget. So these Dior Backstage highlighters. So good. Ah, I'm just going to only swatch like maybe one of them. So, my gosh, you guys, let me show you. These are so beautiful as well. I mean, they are just, again, don't emphasize texture, but it just beams, like not too like bing, not like that, but it like really gives you that sort of wet look, you know. I love it. I'm sorry, I need a highlighter that shows highlights my face. I don't want it to be like too natural, also not too beaming, so those are perfect for that. And my next ride or die is this one. Unfortunately, it's limited edition, so instead of that I'm going to give you a fourth option, but it's really only 3 options. But I had to mention this because this is my other like top, you know, favorite. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter that they did in collaboration with Ambrisi. So this one is a good one too, you guys. Look at that. Love this one, absolutely love this one. Unfortunately, if you didn't get a hold of it when it was out, it's no longer there. It was like a limited edition thing. I hope they bring it back. So because that one is discontinued, I'm going to give you my alternative for that one. Not that they're the same, I'm just saying here's a fourth one just because I talked about one that's not around anymore. This one is Danessa Marix's what do you call this, like light work palette. This one is the light one. I mean, look at these highlighters, you guys. These are good. Now these are beaming ones. They beam to the gods, you know. And I love the shades in here. There's a color for every skin tone in here. You don't really need the dark palette. I feel like there's like good ones for dark skin too, but the dark one is good too. You know, if you want like options, you know, whether your skin's dark or light. Well, if you're super light, you can use the dark ones. But if you have darker skin like me or anything darker like this, you can use both palettes is what I'm saying. Now for the under eye setting powders, again, it breaks my heart to talk about this one because it's discontinued. This is my favorite under eye setting powder, period. This is the Tom Ford Illuminating Powder in the shade 01 Translucent. It's not really translucent. It's kind of like a banana color powder. This is no longer around. You can't find it anymore. The same shade and illuminate translucent powders are there, but not in this shade. It's different somehow. The new 2 shades are not the same. This particular 01 Translucent is no longer around, unfortunately. As you can see, I love it, but I'm now using it very sparingly because once it's gone, it's gone. Yeah, unfortunately, it's like my favorite. It really does a good job of just brightening up my under eyes to go boom, you know, I can cover everything dark, any trace of no sleep. Really love it, and it sets concealer like a dream. And the other one I have here is by Terry. This one right here. It is the Hyaluronic Hydra Powder in the shade Zero Colorless, as in no color. It's kind of a whitish powder. Right here, this is like a very like silky, very like weightless powder. It like sets the under eyes like a dream. It doesn't like give you, what do you call it, any kind of cast, you know, white cast, but it really brightens up the eyes, and it's very finely milled. Actually, one of my really ride or die ones used to be by Becca, that you can't find that anymore. It's like the white powder. It's gone now. I don't even remember its name. I had like bought 4 backups, and I'm through all of it. I'm not going to talk about it. So Becca one would have been my third, but so now for the blush. So I have 3 cream blushes and 3 powder blushes because each of them is a category. Cream blush is a category and powder blush is a category. So I want to be thorough, like I said. So I have 3 cream blushes here that I want to talk to you about first. So the first one is by Tower Beauty or Tower 8. It's the Beach Please Cream Bronzer in Magic Hour. This is it. This is like really beautiful, and it's like perfect to, you know, it has that beautiful glowy like youthful look when you apply it. I just really love that about it. I am loving cream blushes these days, you guys. They give you like this most youthful look to the face, which is absolutely amazing. Like especially in the summertime, to have that sort of slightly wet, glowy, naturally flushed kind of look. So good. My most favorite cream blush is in palette actually. So it's this one right here. You can tell it's loved. This one, you guys, is the most user-friendly, beautiful, blendable, youthful cream blush ever. So that's like a cream blush that I absolutely love. It gives you the most youthful, like naturally flushed look. I just adore it. And the third one is this one right here by Tarte. It's the Tarte Cheek Stain in the shade Flush. This one is a new discovery. I featured this in my Sephora, huge, massive Sephora haul I did. I will link it up here and down in the description box. So let me put it right here. So you can kind of essentially apply it with the stick and then you blend it out with your finger. That's my favorite way to use this one. I love to use this for like my no makeup days or natural makeup days. So good. It makes you look like you really just came in from doing something active in the sun, you know, just like natural flush, like youthful flush. Love it. Very light. It's kind of like a jelly texture, as you can see. Absolutely love it. There's something cooling about it too. So my favorite powder blushes right now, gosh, these are so youthful, so beautiful. That's what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. This one is Pat McGrath's new Bridgerton Collection Blushing Delight. Yeah, palette. Oh my gosh. Look at these blushes. Those blushes are the most beautiful, like youthful blushes ever. Let me swatch them here for you guys. These blushes, you guys, they blend so well and they give you the most beautiful, like naturally kind of like blushed look. And that's one shade, and here's the other shade. The swatches don't do justice. I mean, look at it on my cheeks, you guys. It's just so beautiful. They're very like pretty, you know, like young princess pretty. Very like youthful, young girl kind of youthful look they give. They're not too powdery. They're like a baked blush, which I love, by the way. They're not too powdery. And my other favorite is right here. This is by Dior. This one is also Dior Backstage Collection, I think. I will link everything down in the description box, you guys. This is the shade that I really love. It's more on like kind of reddish kind of tone, but it's not like red like that on the skin. It looks really beautiful when you apply it. I love it. I like to use a very like light, long, bristled, airy brush to apply these type of blushes with. Give you the most beautiful flush to the cheek. So that's like my second powder blush that I love. And here are these ones, Buxom blushes. So these are the Buxom primer infused blushes. So apparently there's like primer infused. I don't know what that does. I feel like it does something because these go on really like, they don't go on like a powder. They go on very like, I don't know, it doesn't go on like a cream either. It just goes on so good. I really don't know how to explain it. It goes on really, really well. This is one of my favorite shades. This is like my go-to mauve shade that I use. Let me swatch it here. These go on really, really well too. It gives you like kind of warm, I don't know, flushed from within kind of look. Here's like a coral shade that I also love. If I get it to open right here. Let me swatch that as well next to this one. Over here maybe, can you see it? Yeah, these are like a primer infused blush that has this different, not powdery looking finish. I don't know if that makes sense, but all I know is they are amazing on the cheeks. So that's like my third favorite powder blush. You guys, I'm loving the new Pat McGrath Bridgerton Collection #2. So my favorite eye palette, oh, one of the tops eye palettes right here That's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. This is so easy to use and so good. There's something about this shade right here that is absolutely stunning. It's one of her Blitz Astral shades that just is so freaking divine. The camera is not going to do justice to this shade, I tell you. It's like nothing like what it looks on the eyes. I mean, look at it. This one is so, I can get like 3-4 looks out of this palette. I actually did a review of the entire Bridgerton 2 collection. I will link it up here and down in the description box. In that video, I did a look using this beautiful chartreuse shade. And then I also did my go-to summer look using these pinkish ones right here, which is what I'm kind of wearing today, like a version of it. Love it. Go grab it before it's gone, you guys. Absolutely love it. I'll link it down in the description box. So my second favorite, actually this is probably my top favorite, then that one is my second favorite. Natasha Denona has some of the best eyeshadow formula in the world, and even out of her eyeshadow palettes, which I love all of them by the way, these two right here, the Glow Face palettes, they are the bomb. They're actually face palettes, but I'm gonna put it in the eyeshadow palette category because these are like my favorite go-to eyeshadows. Can you see how it's loved? I mean, this is one of my most, like, the newest eyeshadow palettes, but do you see how it's totally almost gone now? I've hit pan, and I have the dark version here as well, right there. Love it. Do I need to do swatches? No, because I did a full review of these two palettes. I'll link it up here and down in the description box. Trust me when I say, you guys, you need that palette. You need it. And my third favorite eyeshadow palettes are by Tom Ford. These are the Tom Ford quads. These are quite pricey. They're like $85 or $90 or something insane like that. I understand. Yes, it's too expensive, but tell you the quality's there. These like special shades, these top coat looking shades right here, where this one right here, oh my lord, you guys, these are the best. They go on so gorgeous on the eyes, and his like matte formulas are so buttery and like so silky. I think they are more rather like silky than buttery. I love these eyeshadows. I mean, they are the most beautiful, well, you know, blendable eyeshadows ever. They are absolutely stunning, and I love this one right here. This is the Mink Mirage palette, and this is the one that I love to do my foxy eye look with, but which, by the way, I did a tutorial for that. I'll link it up here and down in the description box using this palette. Love. This is an all matte palette that I adore. Love it. I just love all of the Tom Ford quads, you guys. And here's another one. I mean, I have like, gosh, I have like 15 of them. So I don't have all of them here. I'm not gonna bring all of them down here to show you guys. So now we are gonna move on to some eye products here. So I'm gonna start with my favorite top three liquid eyeliners. My top favorite now is this Natasha Denona liquid eyeliner. I talked about this in several of my videos, my Sephora VIB sale haul. I talked about it in my two of the tutorials. You guys can check it out. Go to my homepage and you'll see my makeup videos. That is the most precise, you know, eyeliner. It's a brush tip, and it just really does an amazing job just getting the right amount of liquid on, and it dries down fast, and it's even beginner friendly, you guys. It's the best one. My favorite used to be the Tarte Man-Eater liquid eyeliner, but they discontinued it. You can only find like the little short ones now at Ulta, and even that's gonna run out soon. The next favorite is this one, Tom Ford. This one is a little bit more expensive. This is a dual-ended brush tip liquid eyeliner. So this tip is one end is long and nice, and the other end is a little bit like smaller and more precise and short. So you can get like really like precision like eyeliner with this. Do you see that? Like that's the line with the short tip, and this is the long tip. It gets like the most Beautiful liquid eyeliner. The last favorite is this one, the Pat McGrath one. So let me draw that right here. So that's the Pat McGrath one right there. They all are amazing. This one is a little bit more bendy than the other two. Again, really like blackest black, beautiful eyeliner. Love them all. They're all brush tip. I hate felt tip, you guys. It's not the best. I know people think that felt tip is more beginner friendly. It's not really. Like if you practice with the brush tip, it can actually be easier, you know, for beginners if you actually take the time to use it. Okay, so now for eyebrow pencils, guys, I don't like to use brow pomade or anything like that. I feel like it's just too much and it makes it look like too like fake and unnatural and all Instagrammed, you know. I don't like Instagram brows. I don't clean up under my eyebrows to make it look like this because it makes it obvious that they were like drawn in, you know. My eyebrows are not very sparse to begin with. They're quite thick, so I don't need much. So I have brow pomade and sometimes I use it, but I much prefer to use eyebrow pencils, and these three are my favorite. So the first one is this one right here, the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. I love tips like this, the very tiny hairline stroke type, you know, tips that allow me to do like hairline strokes. This one is really good. It's like not too waxy, not too creamy, just the right amount. You don't want your brow pencil to be too creamy, you know, that doesn't let you do like the nice hairline strokes. The other one is this one here, the Huda Beauty one. Now this one is very like, the tip is very tiny, as you can see it, and it's pinched. You gotta be careful with this one because if you put even the slightest amount of, yeah, see, it breaks. That's the only problem. So I only bring it up like just a little bit, and then you have to use very light like pressure. It actually works really well if you know how to use it. This gets like the most tiny little hairline strokes. I love it, especially to do the front of the brow. And then my next favorite is this one right here. This is the Benefit Brow Blade. Now this one is dual-ended. Well, it usually has a cap like this on this end. I'm missing it. I don't know where I put it. So this end you get like a little like liquid, you know, brow tool, and on this end you get the traditional like the tiny, you know, the same type of tip that I like really like to use. So this is also kind of similar to like this end of it is similar to Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. I love this brush tip side too, actually, especially for the front part of the brow. It really does like really tiny thin hairline type strokes, like the little liquid part of it. Now for mascaras, these are my three favorite mascaras right here. So the first one is this one. This is the Pat McGrath one. I really love this one. You guys know how much I love this one. I love the brush tip of this, like that hourglass shape really allows you to do really nice like thick eyebrows, eyelashes. It like volumizes and then also lengthens, so it's really good. I love mascaras that do both. And my next favorite is this one. However, this one is on the more wet side, so you have to be careful to let it dry. This is the Marc Jacobs one. This one also has that hourglass shape. Again, this one volumize and lengthen both. The other one I love is this one by Charlotte Tilbury. This is her Legendary Lashes mascara, also same type of tip. This one's really good too. I really love them. These are like the ride or die. I've tried a million mascaras, trust me. And then I have eyebrow setting gels, which I don't often use, but sometimes I do. This one here is actually my everyday one. This is like the Benefit. I still only have like the deluxe sample size of it. I actually haven't needed to buy a new one. This one lasts forever. I love how this one has like two different sides, like one side's longer comb, the other one's shorter. Really like this one. It sets my brows without like freezing them. I don't like that laminated look. It's not a cute look, you guys. It's again looks very fake. Again, it looks very fake. The other one I love, if you like a tinted one, is this one by Charlotte Tilbury. It's the, what do you call it, Legendary Brow. This one has like the tiniest little like end, like the brush to comb your eyebrows with, and it's a tinted one, and it sets the brows in place without like making it look too fake, you know, again, natural looking eyebrow. The third one is if you want to be a little bit more serious with setting your brows, again, you don't need to, you can do laminated look with this, but you don't have to. If you want, you can just comb it normal. This one is Anastasia's Brow Freeze. This one is, you know, this one, if you use it, like your brows aren't going to move. But again, only like, you will only laminate, you can laminate it with this, but you can do it only if you want it. You can also get the natural look with it, is what I'm trying to say. And then we're going to talk about my favorite eyeliners. So my favorite black one right now is the Pat McGrath. This one is the Eye Kohl, like the chunky one. I also have the regular one. I don't know where it is. It's upstairs somewhere. This is so good. This one also helps. You can do your waterline with it, but also you can smudge it on your top lid, lash line. Oh, so good. I did and you can cover your entire lid with this, by the way, and like use it as a base too. I did a tutorial with this. Again, it's that Pat McGrath Bridgerton collection video. This is actually part of the Bridgerton collection, and then I'm also throwing it with it. I just don't have it physically down here with me. It's the Pat McGrath's regular Eye Kohl, which I love as well. And then I love the Milk Makeup ones. However, sadly, this has been discontinued. This has like a smudge tip, and then this is like my nude liner that I love. This is my go-to nude, and it's almost out, you guys. I don't know why brands do this to us. Like, this is like a gorgeous nude one, and it stays put. The only nude liner that I've ever liked. And this also comes in a black that is also equally amazing. So good. But for some reason, they're discontinuing it. Ah! And my third favorite waterline eyeliners is this one right here. This is by Linda Holberg. These are her eye crayons, and these are actually not just for eyes. These are for like lips too, but I'm not going to put like a green color on my lips, you know. These are really good. This is supposed to be like an all over thing. Like, you can use it to draw on your face if you're doing like a creative look. You can use it to draw on your eyelids for creative looks. You can use it on your waterline, your lips, whatever you want. These are really, really good. So that's my third favorite eyeliner. Now on to lip products. My favorite category after the lip products, we'll move on to the buffing powders, which is the last item. So my favorite lipsticks, oh my god, I have 3 different types that I absolutely die hard love. So these right here, these are the Lisa Eldridge Velvet Matte Lipsticks. You guys, these are so amazing. These make my lips look like pillows, you guys. I kid you not. Like, look at that. They come in so many. I mean, look at that. That's like the velvet. Do you see how around the lipstick it's like a velvety texture, but it's not on the tip. It's like the velvet matte. So she like did that texture, which I think is really gorgeous. I mean, I have like, I don't know, like 20 of these. I have it in every color possible, with the exception of a couple that I couldn't get a hold of because they sold out immediately. Here's another beautiful red one. Love them. And I love the magnetic component and this classic gold component. So good. Speaking of another classic component, here's the Gucci ones. These come in 5 or 6 different finishes. This is the matte finish, which I love. It's like a velvety matte, kind of similar to Lisa Eldridge finish. Again, amazing. These are the best lipsticks. They make my lips look like pillows, just like Lisa Eldridge ones. As far as lip liners go, my favorite also is from one of my favorites from Lisa Eldridge. These are just as good as like her lipsticks. They're kind of creamy, you know, eyeliners. I really love them. It's on the creamier side. Again, it like has this sort of velvet finish, even though it's like a lip liner. Love it. My next favorite is this Makeup Forever these are also being discontinued-ish because you can't find that many shades anymore. This is the Makeup Forever all over. It's also supposed to be multi-purpose, not just lip liner, but they are also really good. It's like, it doesn't tug on your lips. It's not too dry. It's not too creamy. It's got really amazing pigment. So yeah, really love these as well. These, like the Pat McGrath Permagel pencils, this is what it looks like. Again, very like satiny kind of finish. They're right there. Very like, they glide on and they stay put. I mean, these don't budge, you guys. If you want a lip liner that lasts forever, that doesn't budge, these stay on really well. Love them. Now on to the liquid lips. Okay, so I only have 3 brands that I really love the liquid lips of. I don't usually wear liquid lipstick because they are so drying, especially like matte, you know, metallic type of finishes. This right here, you guys, these are so worth the money. They are expensive. They're like $98 or something. Ouch, right? I know. These are, if you want a metallic liquid lip, get these. These are Christian Louboutin liquid lips. Oh my lord, so good. They make your lips look kind of like, I don't know, photoshopped. Look at that lip. I mean, like, usually metallic shades don't come off very well and they flake off and they crack and they don't go on, but these go on so nice, fill in all your lines, and it doesn't emphasize your lines, and it really is metallic. I mean, it's a true metallic. Absolutely adore them. I have 2 shades. I actually got a 3rd one that's upstairs somewhere. Yeah. So yeah, I wear them all the time, especially during the holidays, you guys. I pull those out and I wear them all the time. Another one I recently discovered, this is by GXVE, or Give is how you pronounce it. Supposed to pronounce it anyway. This is by Gwen Stefani. Again, I did a tutorial using this, or a review of the entire collection, and a tutorial with it. Check that out. I'll link it up here. If there's no room up here, I'll link it up down below in the description box. This one is a liquid red satin matte. It dries down lovely. It doesn't transfer at all. You know how it looks shiny right now? Don't you worry, it's gonna dry down. Give it, like, you gotta give it about 2 minutes to dry down. Don't like go at it immediately. Let it dry down, give it like 2 minutes, and it's not gonna budge. You can drink, you can kiss, it's transfer proof, okay? That's what I love about it, and it's not drying. Although I wouldn't advise you to put on more than 1 coat of this, because if you put too many layers on, then it's gonna start to kind of, not flake off, but it'll start to kind of like cake on too much, right? So you want to keep it to 1 layer. So and you don't, trust me, need more than 1 layer of this. This is very opaque. And then my 3rd favorite is by Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks. These are really good as well. They are also kind of like a satin like finish one. These come in many shades. I only have like 3, 4. I only brought 1 down, but these are really good as well. They look lovely. They're not as good as the other 2 that I just mentioned, but when it comes to liquid lips, I don't go for like the satin finish as much. I usually get liquid lipsticks in matte or metallic, and the only metallic that has really worked for me are these ones. Now for lip gloss, I have 3 here, right here. So the first one is by Il Makiage. This one is a special one, a collab with a YouTuber, Carly Bible. This one is like my favorite, like nude gloss. Do you see that shine? This looks really like glass on the lips. It just, you know, go on like a sheet of glass on your lips. It's amazing, and it makes, again, your lips look so pouty. And my second favorite right here, Fenty Gloss Bombs. Everybody knows about these. These are really good as well. They are not as glassy as the Il Makiage ones, but they're very high shine and very juicy. So it's this one right next. This is Il Makiage, this is Fenty. You see the difference, you know what I mean? This is more like, not as opaque. I love an opaque lip gloss, by the way. And this one is Pat McGrath, also really good lip glosses. These are, I tell you, the best lip glosses ever. So that one right there that I swatched, that's the Pat McGrath. Also has that glass look. Honestly, what I look for in a lip gloss is that glass-like finish, you know? That's what I want from a lip gloss. So what I have left are buffing powders. Buffing powders. So I actually only have 2. I don't have 3 in this category because these are really it. Like, these are the best buffing powders, period. Now this one is by Guerlain. This one is the Meteorite. So I have this. I'll tell you what shade it is. It's like for darker skin pearls. This is like Meteorites in the shade Pearl Glow. So yeah, I love them. This is like the best. Like, you put your big fluffy brush in there, you swirl it around, and you buff. Like, after you put all your makeup on, you go lightly buff your face like this so that everything is well blended and like you don't have like a streak of blush or highlighter there sticking out or bronze or anything like that. It really blends everything out. I gotta say, sometimes I forget to buff, but you need to buff, okay? So this one is the next one. This is Sicily by Sicily Paris. This one is Sicily Loose Face Powder with Hibiscus Flower Extract. And I have it in 4 Sable. That's the color that I have. It's like the little bit like the darker shade. This is so good for buffing too. So good. I learned about this one from Mel Thompson, who sadly passed away. We all remember Mel. That's it, you guys. Those are my top 3 products in every makeup category. These are where it's at, you guys. I'm telling you. I am not someone, you know, who's reviewing products that were sent to me. These are my hard-earned money. So I put in due research. I do my due diligence in finalizing the products that I absolutely love. I've bought so many, made so many mistakes buying the wrong products. I've tested a million products, and these are really where it's at. You can really trust me on this. I'm telling you, I know how much products I have tested, how many I have. Of all the things I have, these are really what I always go to. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Share with me down in the comment section what your favorite top 3 products are. You don't have to talk about every category. Just give me some of your favorite products down in the comment section, because I would really love to hear from you guys, because that's what makes my day, you guys, hearing from you guys, right? Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, that red button right there. Click that and that notification bell next to it for all notifications, so you will never miss any of my videos. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where I post everything fun that I do and buy. I will see you guys in my next video.